The Great Central Road runs in Western Australia between Laverton and a place called Docker River, 5 miles from the WA Northern Territory border. In fact, the Great Central Road finishes on the border. But before we find ourselves on the road, we'd like to stop at a few places between Perth and Laverton, places with a cultural significance. Our first stop is Kellerberrin, 210 kilometres from Perth. In Kellerberrin we found a venue which usually nobody would expect to find in such a small town. It's known as the International Art Space, Kellerberrin.
The idea was to create a new opportunity for contemporary artists and rural communities to work together in order to, if you like, break down the barriers and the differences and the misunderstanding that sometimes divide ordinary audiences, if you like, non-specialist audiences, and the contemporary arts. Kellerberrin was chosen because it's a typical rural reality, representative of many other small towns around Australia. So we wanted artists from all over the world to be able to spend quite an extensive amount of time interacting with an ordinary rural community, get to know the local people, and the local people get to know the artists, develop interpersonal relationships, and then allow this personal relationship between the artist and the local residents to be the basis for the creation of work which are site-specific and relevant to the local community.
From Kellerberrin we are driving about 400 kilometres to Kalgoorlie. We are coming into the main street of Kalgoorlie. The main street of Kalgoorlie is Hannan Street, named after the very successful prospector, Paddy Hannan. It has very wide streets and it's famous for these streets. The reason they're so wide is so that people could turn camel drays in them, and this is a town that was built with camels. Kalgoorlie is a city of 30,000 odd people. The name Kalgoorlie is derived from the local Aboriginal word Galgala, which means a place of silky pears. Kalgoorlie was started by 3 prospectors, Paddy Hannan, Tom Flanagan and Dan O'Shea in 1893. The mining of gold, along with other metals, such as nickel, has been a major industry in Kalgoorlie ever since. We are visiting 2 places. The first of them is placed in the middle of town, and it's called the Goldfields Arts Centre.
The Goldfields Arts Centre was opened in November '93. We have a really multifunctional art centre with lots of different things here. We have a 700-seat theatre, and we do shows from professional performers right through to local amateur shows, which is a lot of fun for the community to come and watch people from the community in different shows. And we also have an art gallery, and again we bring in shows from outside of the Goldfields. Some of Australia's most renowned artists like Pro Hart have had exhibitions here, and we also do local shows such as Express Kids, which is local primary and high schools putting in work from the best artists in each of the schools.
Now we're heading out of Kalgoorlie on the road north into the northeastern goldfields. As we go out of town into the northeastern goldfields, we go past some of the older mines. After 300 to 400 metres of driving, we turn right and come to the Australian Prospectors and Miners Hall of Fame.
This is the Australian Prospectors and Miners Hall of Fame. We're trying to relate mining in a social context. The things that mining has brought to Australia and the rest of the world, and also the products that mining gives to society. The first miners in Australia, obviously, were the Aboriginal miners, and they used ochre to paint themselves and to paint different objects. And I guess you can say maybe too they were the first painters, but after them came a whole flurry of people. Now, the paintings that we have on the wall here were actually painted by a prospector, and it's his relationship with the land and how he sees it that we're displaying here. We have another gallery, and in there we have a photographer's work, and what she's displaying is her relationship with the land around Broken Hill. Exhibitions here are usually turned over about every 2 months, but they're always in some way related either to mining, the land, or the products of mining. We are very much want to show ourselves in the whole global and social complex. This modern complex was built to really talk about mining now and what happens to mining in the 21st century and what mining is looking towards the future.
250 kilometres from Kalgoorlie is Leonora, but we're going to take a left-hand turn a few hundred metres before we go into Leonora to visit a very unique museum, Gwalia.
This is the Gwalia Historic Site. Behind me you can see Hoover House, designed and built by Herbert Hoover, who was later America's president. The house was built in 1898 and is the jewel in the crown of the Gwalia Historic Site here on the edge of the Gwalia open cut pit. The museum itself was started in 1972 and basically captures the story of the mine in its 67-year history. In the 67 years that the mine was open, they got 2.5 million ounces of gold out of the mine, and then 4 days before Christmas in 1963, the mine closed for good. A part of the museum's attraction is that it's right on the edge of the open cut pit started by the two gentlemen from Perth, and you can stand at the lookouts and look over into the 1,000-foot deep open cut, which is almost a kilometre across. The town now is probably one of the only remaining intact towns in the goldfields. Most others are just sites, just empty sites with ghostly roads and just leaving you an idea of what it was like. Here we actually have the town, we have the shops, we have the guest houses, and many of the buildings still in the place that they were. The collection here within the museum isn't just mining equipment. There's a good social history collection. One of my favourite pieces of the collection is a twin tub washing machine. It actually has a truck's differential driving it. And that epitomises the outback for me, the ingenuity of isolation, as I call it. You want something, you make it, and you use what you've got. And that story is told right throughout the museum with push bike wheels, with hydraulic hose for tyres, sticks for spokes. Collections of photographs, nearly 3,000 photographs in the collection, all showing the life and times here, the hardship, the difficulties and the enjoyment that they had, from children's toys through to ice chests and of course mining equipment.
We are back on the road, which is revealing many splendid desert views. Our next stop is Laverton, about 350 kilometres from Kalgoorlie. It is the last place for many kilometres where we can refill our reserve of fuel and food. Laverton is a typical outback mining town located 457 metres above sea level. Laverton was a gold mining town which declined in the 1950s. It was revitalised in the late 60s and early 70s by the discovery of nickel and opening of major nickel operations. In recent times, apart from the growth of mining, Laverton has become the western starting point for an interesting four-wheel drive across the Great Victoria Desert to Uluru. Before we leave on our serious adventure, which it's best to do early in the morning, we have one more place to see, and that's the Great Beyond.
The Great Beyond is a development which has been put in place by the Shire of Laverton to try to encourage more tourism past the coastal fringe in Western Australia and to provide a local tourist attraction which sort of offsets the need for sort of destination marketing. Obviously giving someone a reason to come to the area is very important. We have an interactive display out the back in the museum which takes you through from pioneer times in Laverton right through to the present day. With representations of Indigenous culture, mining in the area and the development of the Outback Highway. The main feature of the display is a panoramic film made of John Forrest's explorations into the area prior to becoming Premier of Western Australia. And that's an attraction which people are generally very impressed with. It's got very good production values, and it's something that we think will endure over time.
Our nation is the sum of its parts, all its people, their individual lives and endeavours combined into one. And together we stand on the shoulders of those who came before us.
Starting our trip on the Great Central Road, we have to know we're entering a different world. We have to understand the rules of being in that world and keep those rules. It'll make our trip safe, and it'll deliver a lot of extra interest. This film will give you a little bit of information about the history of the road and a history of the people who have been living in this country for tens of thousands of years. To be able to see and understand this country better, we take on our trip a local man. With us on this trip, we have Neil Carnegie. He is very familiar with the traditional usage of country, and this pattern around the road for him means something much wider and much deeper than it does for somebody who's just travelling through on the road. With us also on this trip, we have Elvis. Elvis has been in the desert for a considerable period of time. He's a good friend of Neil Carnegie's, and between them, they've shared a good deal of knowledge. Elvis is a very experienced and capable four-wheel driver. With us on the journey, we also have Con. Con has had very little experience of the bush, and when he got as far as the beginning of the Great Central Road, he thought he'd gone into another world, and in many ways he was right. We're now filling the cars at the Laverton service station. Elvis is exchanging information with Con. He's talking to him about four-wheel driving, giving him some tips. Con is talking to Elvis about professional photography and what he would like to do on the road. Now we're ready to leave Laverton for our trip across the Gibson Desert. This is a very important moment in our trip because this is the last we'll see of the bitumen road for about a day and a half. We're now about to head off northeast towards the Northern Territory South Australian border. The road travels through 250,000 square kilometres of the Ngandara lands. Along the way, we'll encounter Jukarilla Roadhouse, Warburton Roadhouse and the Warracoona Roadhouse. All of these roadhouses will be able to provide the fuel and the basic necessities you need to make your travel safe. As you're travelling down the road, you will encounter something called corrugation. This is the rippling effect in the road that builds up after a period of time that tends to shake your car. If you're unfamiliar with this, it can be somewhat unnerving. Elvis will tell us how to go about minimising the effect.
In general, on a corrugated road, you wanted to drop your tyre pressure to help you deal with the corrugations, and probably helps you stop bouncing off the road or by braiding the car into bits and pieces. So normally you need one of these. Get a good one. And when you get back to the bitumen, you can pump it up to suit the road conditions. In general, you need to have a compressor with you, so you can pump your tire back up again. A good compressor, or a hand pump will do. Will keep you fit for sure.
As you're driving along the road, you will see signage that advises you to drive to conditions. Please observe these signs and drive safely. Driving along the road, you'll find that they're often very straight and in remarkably good condition. This is conducive to speeding. Resist the temptation and drive sensibly. Sergeant Nick will tell you a few rules, and these are important to remember while you're driving.
What we suggest to people when they ring us is it's basically driving to the conditions. The speed limit for the area is 110. We generally ask people to slow it down to probably about 90 kilometres an hour. Straight driving is a fairly nice speed to be travelling at. When we're approaching corners, obviously you're going to have to slow right down, because as you turn left or right, your car might end up going straight and you might find yourself being in the bush with a few of the local camels and kangaroos. As far as accessibility to the lands area, what we suggest to people is that they get in contact with the local shire and the local council, and they will be able to fully inform people where they are and aren't allowed to go, and that's probably the safest bet. If you are camping out somewhere, it's a case of preparation too. Make sure you've got plenty of water and food, that just in case something happens to your vehicle. And the other thing too is to make sure that you do carry at least 2 spare tyres.
As you're travelling down the Great Central Road, you'll see several turnoffs. Some of these turnoffs are onto disused and abandoned roads and have a great safety risk attached to them. Some of the roads access remote private communities. If you wish to go down these roads, you will require special permissions and you will require equipment to make sure that you can travel safely. Our first stop is Deeper Rockhole, 38 kilometres from Laverton. Neil is telling Con about the early days walking trips from Warburton to Laverton.
Yeah, they used to walk from Warburton, get the water, drink all the way, Rockhole. This is the last Rockhole and they go to...
So this is the last one?
Yeah.
So it's still a bit of a hike, so about 20 k's to Laverton from here, so it's still a good walk.
Yeah, good walk. They was healthy at that time. They was healthy.
Oh yeah, healthy. Yeah. Did they carry water with them?
Yeah, they have something.
So is there still a lot of Aboriginals in this area?
No.
All gone?
All gone.
All gone to Warburton or Laverton?
Anyway, they just...
Gone to the cities. Is there any spiritual Aboriginal significance in this area?
Yeah.
How many days would it take you to walk from Warburton to Laverton?
A couple of months.
Oh, really?
3 or 4 months.
So how many people in the tribe would walk at the same time? You all walk together, I presume?
Yeah, they walk.
Okay.
When they come here, they just spread up and hunt, you know.
Yeah. So there's a big group or a little group?
No, one. They just go out 1 or 2.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah. Another lot stays home. One block on the kangaroo, they bring them back and feed a whole lot and they camp and they just go in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
But at the campsite, in the group, how many people would be in the group?
They have windbreak, bushes, they were bushes and fire there, another fire, all in a line.
Okay. Yeah. So what, would it be 10, 20 people?
Yeah.
As we continue our travel, we'd like to let you know a little bit more about the history of the Great Central Road. The Great Central Road first existed as a walking track made by Ngandara people, linking water points used by people as they travelled through their own country. In the 1930s, the first missionaries travelled to established Warburton, which led to the development of Warburton community. Their base was Mount Margaret, 30 kilometres west of Laverton. They first came on camel trains, a journey that took months. Later in 1935, the first trucks started coming, bringing supplies to the mission. In the 40s and 50s, the track was upgraded. Ngandara people can still recall assisting missionaries as the road was cut through. As more people moved to Warracoona and Warburton, and more people were able to have their own vehicles, people decided to open this traditional walking route to vehicles. The Great Central Road is more than a route from Laverton to the Territory border. It's an important part of the social history of Ngandara people, and the relevance and the meaning of the road continues to evolve. The road travels through a landscape full of social and cultural features, old and new. There are many, many stories told along the road. Tugurpa stories of creation beings, stories of change and current stories of events in the lives and families and individuals. This relationship between the Ngandara people and their country was recognised formally in 2002 through the declaration of the Ngandara Indigenous Protected Area, the IPA, an area the size of Tasmania. The IPA recognises the connection between the unique natural and cultural values of the lands. 57 kilometres from Laverton, we come to a second rock hole at Bubble.
No water here, like too much rock.
It's all dried out.
Dried out.
Still be water underneath there?
Yes.
So if you dug a little bit, there'd be water.
Just soaked in.
Yeah. Okay, so the water table must be pretty high here.
Yeah.
Only a few hundred metres away from Bubble, Neil takes us to a sweeping panoramic view of the southern Gibson Desert as it opens out across the panoramic plains. When you see an approaching vehicle coming the other way, slow down and move to the side of the road. Quite often behind the vehicle that's coming, there will be further vehicles, or there will be rocks thrown up by the wheels of the passing car. 86 kilometres from Laverton, we come to Cosmo Community. As we're coming into Cosmo, we see the turn-off to Carnegie Station. Carnegie Station is well to the north and is the commencement of the old gun barrel. 102 kilometres from Laverton, we come across a windmill. This windmill is the boundary bore for Cosmo Community. It's there to supply stock and for people to use as they move about on their country. At 153 kilometres north of Laverton, we come to the Yamana turnoff. The Yamana turnoff is named for an abandoned station called Yamana. As you go past Yamana, you come to Neil Junction, and beyond Neil Junction is the Ilcooka Roadhouse. Neil Junction is formed with the Connie Sue Highway, which goes north to Warburton and south to Rawlinna. You have to be prepared to meet animals on the track. Some of them can be dangerous to your driving. We met a group of camels. Camels came to Australia from Afghanistan in the late 1800s to be able to do the carrying in the remote areas where there was no access for horses or trucks. When you're driving, be careful around them. The biggest danger from a camel is running into one. 215 kilometres from Laverton, we come to Uratata Rockhole, and Neil is showing Con where the water comes from.
Uratata.
Uratata. There's a camel bone, is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
see?
Yeah.
Got drowned before, one time.
Yeah. Does anybody ever come and clean them out?
I don't know, it should be like...
I'm amazed that you guys can drive down the road and you spot something and go, oh, just over here, because to me the road all looks the same. You haven't seen any camels?
see them. Camel track there, just behind you, see the track? There, see the track, camel track.
Is it? I can't see the track, but I'll take your word.
Yeah, see? See this? There's a camel track.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yep, because they've got big soft feet.
People used to walk.
Why were they walking? Did they have somewhere to go? Did they have something?
They know the rock holes.
Hey?
That's why they
just followed the rock holes. It was sort of walkabout.
They just follow the rock hole, yeah. Yeah.
But they didn't have to be at Laverton by a certain time. It didn't have anything to do with it. It was just walkabout, one hole to the other. Hunt and drink and have a good time.
Yeah. There's a big lake in the middle there.
Is it?
There's a lake way up there. Yeah. Big lake.
Unbelievable, isn't it? You think out here will be a desert, but there's actually a lot of water around.
We are now fortunate enough to have a road report from two motorcyclists who are very close to the road.
Every year a whole group of bikes get together out at the border village near Eucla. So we're on our way to Eucla. We were going to go down the Connie Sue, so we went through LA, popped out on the highway, but this thing's broken down, so we've got to go back to LA to get it welded up.
And from there we'll probably go out through Neil Junction and back on the Connie Sue and down onto the railway line and out to the border. It's a good road. It's got a lot better over the years. It used to be pretty exciting for the goat track 20 years ago. No, but it's an adventure. Anywhere there's not a bitumen road, we'll try and ride on.
Road, yeah.
But I suppose compared to other roads, this is far out. This is really good nowadays.
Traffic's quite light actually. We've only passed half a dozen vehicles. And then some strange guys in a white van flashed their lights at us and slowed us down. We'll just go a little bit further tonight and camp in the bush and get into LA tomorrow morning.
Overtaking on a dirt road is something you've got to be very careful with. First of all, make sure that the person in front of you is aware that you're behind them. because often there's a considerable amount of dust. Turn your headlights on and wait till they indicate by their driving, pulling over or slowing down, that they've seen you and that they're aware that you're coming around. The other half of this rule is always be aware that there may be somebody behind you, and if you are travelling slowly, that somebody may wish to overtake you, so maintain a high level of awareness. This cross is 215 kilometres from Laverton. It was erected by the late Ronnie Williams, a Noongar missionary who came up and worked extensively with Ngandata people in the 50s and 60s. He put the cross there as a testament and a reminder of all the work that the missions had done over a long period of time. "292 kilometres from Laverton, we come to the Emperor Springs turn-off. The road continues on from Emperor Springs and joins the Gun Barrel Highway. 3 hours into our trip, we come to the Jukarilla Roadhouse, which was established as a service point on the Great Central Road.
The roadhouse has existed since 1994. It was built here by the Blackstone community and to service the Indigenous people running to and fro on their journeys. Basically getting the tourists coming through and catering for the tourists. There's a few interesting points around the place. We've got the original markers for the 200-mile markers out at just across the road, which is in a rock breakaway formation which is shaped like an elephant, and they mistake the 200 marker as a Z and calling it the Zoo Roadhouse. So instead of, to make it easy for people, instead of saying Jukarilla, they call the place the Zoo. We've got 3 kilometres away, we've got Aboriginal rock paintings in some caves, and also the Jukarilla rock holes, which are about 200 metres to the south of us now. Now we're seeking Aboriginal approval to take tourists and that out there to have a look at the paintings, and we're doing that with the Nunajara Council. In the roadhouse itself we have dedicated one wall to the history of the road from the early 1930s up until today, of the old transport vehicles coming up, getting bogged in the rains in the summertime mainly. Is the time when it rains, and all the vehicles are getting bogged from 1930s through today to the present day, and the condition of the road. That's one thing you can't get in the cities. I think in the cities these days your neighbours are so close and that you don't want to know them. Out here everybody wants to know and talk to you. It's a beautiful lifestyle.
We have with us Ian Ward, who's going to take us to the places that Andrew referred to. If you make an arrangement with the Roadhouse prior to attending, you may be able to arrange a tour of these places.
Water here, water here, water there. Jukarilla, this main place is Jukarilla. Old people's country, people who lived and died, all gone in Mount Margaret Mission. It's got a lot of painting in here. We go in, see a lot of painting. People used to camp here, along here. They're painting, design, painting, all there, when they used to live here and do all this painting. Telling you where those rock holes are, telling you what kind of a country this one is. As you can see, the black one, this black painting runs across there, goes up to Kapi time, they camp here. So this is a home for animal and people. So this is Jukarilla. Kapi, then a small one, small rock hole here, on top of where they camp. They camp underneath, but they drink on top. There's a cupboard in there, and there's a grinding stone there. 2 there still remain. They left it there. Mereka wangun rongal bay. Around here I like Wagalbuga, Sandwood, Ngada. I gotta see it. Grinding this grinding stone in there still remain today. It's been there for a couple of years, long time, not couple of years. Long time when people was walking on naked. And they used to travel from here, this water, go for hunting. That's that area over there with a lot of breakaways, and it's all around the sand dune country. There's 15 rock holes everywhere, all around. People gotta find it.
We've moved a couple of kilometres further to the east, and Ian has taken us to another area where there was a traditional camping ground.
People camp here. Well, when they're coming through, there's another little room up that way. Another little cave over there with another room. There's 3 rooms here. One, 2, 3. Another big bedroom, not bedroom. Yeah, camping area in there. When it rains, they go in there a bit further. All this painting and designs are of this area, of this place, Morangago. Every time when people coming, taking kids for holiday, they go through Mabidamia to Liberton, Cosma. They walk through rock hole to rock hole. That's how they find a way to put a road in. They came through, traveling through as they walk through. They seen a lot of water hole going right through. And people, they was connected onto families. They used to get married from that side to this side and this side to that side, and goes on. That's how they learned how to share the land together, and they worked across where those, without their GPS, they can come across a water hole, and it's in their mind of what the landscape look like. So when they look at a land or a rock formation, trees, that reminding them something there is one of the places there for them to see. It's a sign, a clue that's giving them of ways to understand which part of the land and which part of the Dreamtime story they are in as they come through. So when people traveling through, they know which area they're going through. People look at this land, they look at it beyond those landscapes. They look at the land as if they don't look at it as a land, or it's just a cave. It's got a meaning, and the meaning tells them that this is that area.
430 kilometres is the Hunt Oil Road. It connects to the old gun barrel. It is 442 kilometres, and it's welcome to the Shire of Nganajaraku. Shortly after the Shire sign, you'll come to the Gunba turnoff, a private road that goes to a small community. 518 is another northerly turnoff on the Heather Highway. It also progresses to be another connection onto the Gun Barrel Highway. We've been fortunate enough to be able to pull over Rod Moyler, a very experienced long-distance truck driver who's been operating in the lands for some nearly 20 years.
Yeah, well, supplying general freight, food, building materials, and whatever the Aboriginal communities need. We do a fortnightly service with the dry goods truck, and the opposite week is freezer good. This is about my 4th or 5th truck, approximately 20 years, and Yeah, still enjoying it. 20 years ago this was not much better than a track. The roads are a lot better now. This 560 kilometres to Laverton would often take 12 or 15 hours, whereas nowadays it's probably half that.
We are now 5 kilometres from Warburton. As we're going into Warburton, we come to a sign that indicates the beginning of the Connie Sue Highway, which goes south to Rawlinna. Now we've crossed the creek and we're headed into Warburton. We're now in Warburton, the biggest Aboriginal community in Western Australia. It's in a place that's well worth our attention. Warburton Community was originally set up as a UAM mission in 1933 by William Wade. The purpose of the mission was to protect and support, evangelise and educate Ngandera people. The biggest emphasis for the mission was on evangelisation, bringing the Christian message into the desert. Over a period of time, the mission also became very involved in delivering education and health benefits. Since 1973, with the use of CDEP and Commonwealth Municipal Service grants, the Ngandera communities have grown into 6 homeland communities from Warburton, with Warburton as the original homeland. In the last 25 years, there's been a significant increase in the standard of living for Ngandera people. This includes housing, water supplies, electrical services, and a range of other goods. Quality retail services have been a part of this improvement. They supply a range of things now that we take for granted in everyday life. The Great Central Road has been crucial in the delivery of a lot of these benefits. And that is why the road is so important to the Shire of Nganajaraku and why the development of the road is so well supported by the members. If you can stay for a couple of days, it is well worth it. Behind the roadhouse is a beautiful camping area where we have found a small group of tourists.
We're on annual leave and holidays, and we're heading through to Alice Springs.
We've seen reptiles that we don't get down in the Great Southern, horny devil, lizards that on the sides of the road, birds, and just the changes in vegetation and coming across geographical changes like the sand ridges and
breakaways.
Yeah, the breakaways.
We're travelling from Perth through Hyden up the Holland Track, and now we're going to, as we come into Warburton, we've decided that we'll stay here for the night and move on then through Alice Springs, Kings Canyon, and then on to Cairns. I think the joy of the trip has been the change in the whole countryside, from rocky formations, the different animal life that we've seen. It's been an absolutely fantastic experience. Just the beauty of the landscape and the different flora and fauna has been something that's impressed us. And the courtesy of other drivers, which is surprising, and I have been impressed with it.
Well, it's something I've always wanted to experience, and I think the outback, although isolated, is very beautiful.
The Great Central Road, the work that has been done on that to make it easier for travellers like us has been fantastic.
The Duluru Cultural and Civic Centre is situated in the heart of the Ngandera lands in Warburton. The facility was designed to offer the wider community an opportunity to engage with Ngandera people in their own environment. This contemporary design includes glass artworks by local artists throughout the buildings and sculptural designs with robust materials. Alongside the art gallery, gift shop, cafe and meeting areas, the centre houses the principal administration for the Shire of Nganajaraku. The Warda shop offers a range of cultural products representative of the work produced by the Ngandera communities. In the gallery we find Con, who is in the middle of work, taking pictures of the huge 600 pieces of work that make up the collection. The collection is known in the international art world, and so the gallery has a big number of visitors and collectors who also have the opportunity to meet the artists. This is the most substantial collection of Aboriginal art in the country under the direct ownership and control of Aboriginal people. Ngandara people have chosen to represent themselves through this material to the wider public, which has evolved since the establishment of the Warburton Arts Project in 1990. The Arts Project was established to strengthen and maintain Ngandara cultural expression in the field of the arts.
This building has been built to use 2000. We had so many shows here. The first one we had was a mining show, and the other one was about the mission show. The building we've been asking for, this cultural center, we want it badly for our children. So when we finish, they can see the building and paintings, and they can see here what we've been doing and showing our grandchildren, and then afterwards their children.
Visitors to Warburton, depending on the season and the opportunity, may be able to arrange through the Warburton Roadhouse guided tours to particular areas in the local country. We will now go and have a look at an example, a few of those sites in the local area.
This windmill is still going now, still pumping water. No truck and no car. Only the truck they're using it to bring it out here. For holidays here and here in this windmill here. Sometimes from here they go everywhere to the other places, to the other local and all. And that's why they built this up. That's why all the people was here a long time, having holiday in this windmill here. When it get full, it come out there. A lot of people was here. When the first mission was before, they don't go to another place. They only always come here to this place here. So they don't go back.
Mini krekla mangare pakade labat ko mapita ko ko jabana khasma ko padlo ni tera na ye wara ngala tidi pek kwai an ko ko mini krekle ma wal kal ko nina ko kamalo wa ka ngal ko ngare ko mapakal.
This place is Kaliwani. It represents Warigudara, two men travel through here. This is where another man sit down here, and the other man sit down here. Throw the boomerang, and the boomerang goes round and it comes back, round and it comes back. So they usually throw a boomerang around all the time. It's a tunnel here. This is a door to go in. You see another one going that way. They camp, one camp that on the left-hand side, another one camp on the right-hand side. So they got their little room in here. This is their home. And now they go in, see what's in here. This is a place called Kaliwani, Murangana. This area. So we can't go in too dark. Well, the kangaroo come in here, Kanyala, and they camp here. This is a good shelter for them. Summertime, they come here and they camp here, summertime. This is a place of many people. During the school break days, in mission days, there was a school holiday around here. This is one of the main places that a lot of people come. Water is still running. It goes, turns, and go across, turns the other way, go down, flows to west, southwest, from north and east. Kids used to play and eat those yearly up there, that tree up there, fig tree. Summertime, it ripes. School holidays, take them around here, live around here, look after them. The explorers gave the name Hensley Gorge, but Yanago people had that name before the white man gave the name to this place, so it was called Yudhuri. There are a lot of songs coming through as they travel through every landscape, sand dunes, trees, creeks, waterholes, represents every part of that song. So it just goes on traveling through, going back. From here I'm sitting on the west of Dandara. Pilada lugambara marare wanainane warer warade pilada lugambara marare wanainane warer warade pilada lugambara marare wanainane warer warade pilada lugambara marara wananane warer warade pilada lugambara marara wananane warer warade pilada lugambara marara.
The next morning at the Warburton Roadhouse, we found a very special guest, Connie Sue Bedell.
My father was Len Bedell, the surveyor, so the Gun Barrel Highway, the Connie Sue Highway, which was named after me, which runs south from Warburton, where we are now. He surveyed with all those with his little band of men he called the Gun Barrel Road Construction Party. Mum and I was 5 months old when Mum and I came and joined him on the tail end of his work, which is hence the Connie Sue Highway. He made 6,000 kilometres worth of road in the spanning the 3 deserts of WA and South Australia. The last 3 years my husband and I have been running Bedell Tours, which span Lens roads, and also we do explorer cross-country trips as well.
Of course, Connie Sue is taking directions to the Connie Sue Highway. We are commencing our trip with a group of tourists.
Good morning. Good morning. Do you have any breakfast?
My name is Bill Carnegie.
I'm John.
I'm Jenny.
Hello. And I'm Ken Giuliani. Pleased to meet you, mate. Sorry to get you out of bed so early.
We fill up our cars and we're ready to go. This part of the road was built by Ngandara people in the late 70s. It was built by people who'd been relocated to Warburton in the course of the Weapons Research Project.
Just going to come along this side, eh?
The road follows a traditional walking track between rock holes. The road was cut out with axes and took the best part of 2 years to build. 34 kilometres from Warburton is the turn off to Badara, which goes up to the Gun Barrel Highway. Our first stop is Benandi Rockhole, 82 kilometres from Warburton.
Neil's going to show you this place here.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Neil is telling the tourists stories about the management and use of rock holes. He's also telling them stories about life as it was years ago.
How deep is it? 6 metres.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Gee, that's a long way.
You got many of these on this road?
Yeah. There's a couple of these right here.
Yeah. Well, and there's always water in this?
No, you got dry when it get summer.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Our tourists have a lot of questions for Neil.
And who dug the hole?
Eh?
Who dug it?
No, it's like that.
Always been like that?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Do you eat the camels?
Nah.
No?
Not nice.
Oh, I remember at Alice Springs Airport,
Yeah.
it was the first flight of Virgin Airways to Sydney. They were selling camel burgers. They were cutting up cooked camel and putting it in bread. I didn't eat it myself, but people who ate it reckoned it was quite tasty. But you got plenty of meat on one, haven't you?
A lot of meat on that, but I don't eat that.
See, that's how you people survived, didn't it? By knowing where these things are.
Any underground water here that comes up? Any springs?
No, I leave rainwater make this rock hole.
Oh, okay. What do you eat then when there's no roadhouse and there's no kangaroos? Goannas and...
I'd like to put a stick there.
We get a little bit of kangaroo. Some in the bush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else do you eat?
Emu.
Emu. Is that good?
Very good to eat, yeah.
Yeah.
And turkey.
Yeah. I had a turkey in my garden back home that was digging the whole garden up. You could have him. So bustards, emus, bit of kangaroo. Do you have goannas here?
Yeah.
Goannas
Small,
too?
pretty small. Yeah.
Are they small here, are they? Yeah. Yeah. So you'd be scratching for a feed, wouldn't you? I mean, you got to walk a long way to catch something.
Yeah.
How do you catch an emu? You spear it. Shoot it. Shoot it.
We pulled over for a short conversation with the grader driver, who's doing the maintenance on the Great Central Road. Elvis is making himself useful, fixing a tyre. He's also explaining about the dangers of having windgrass in water when drinking it from rock holes.
Oh, really?
So if you go on your food or your drink, you get stuck on your throat.
Yeah. And that's spin effects, is it?
So many flies.
Yeah, the windgrass.
Yeah.
John, you ate the chocolate.
Oh, chocolate to neutralize it as well.
A further 10 kilometres along the road, we come to the scenic Yalukatara. This is a place that's named for two traditional watering points. There is a camping ground here that has been prepared for tourists by Ngandara people.
It's nice to be away from generators, you know, and it's lovely and quiet. Beautiful countryside. There'll be thousands of people coming along this road one day soon. You do need places where good camping areas, like this one would be perfect. It's off the main road, it'll be really quiet.
As we travel along the road, we come to realise that bird watching is very important to our friends.
The black-faced cuckoo. Black just flew.
Oh.
See? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's a new bird. He's right up on the top of the thing now.
Flying over, just about to land.
No, he's up on the top.
Oh.
Neil is telling them about the history of this place.
This was one community built this.
All right.
They
Yeah.
put this water, and the little tractor they brought it.
Yeah.
From Warren, and we brought that from Warburton.
The toilet.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
So if you camp here, is it free or do you pay?
No, you can just camp it free. It's
Yeah.
only tourists.
Fantastic. It's good to know you can camp at these places, because they're certainly better than the roadhouses from our perspective, because you've got no generators. But you know, when you look at all this land,
You know the difference.
Quiet.
it's very quiet. It'd be hard to get a feed. You just have to stay around the waterhole, wouldn't you?
Yes.
I mean, nowhere else could you get a feed, could you?
You gotta go and get something.
So how often would you need to hunt in the old days?
Mostly every day.
Every day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta feed them kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that'd be a whole day wading then carrying it back.
Yeah, they spear and they cut the guns
Yeah.
sew it up with a stick.
Yeah.
Carry him back on the head.
On the head?
Yeah.
Yeah? How many people would an emu feed? 10?
Now all people.
Yeah. Because you've got to feed the old folk.
Yeah.
And the children.
Yeah, they will take it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all tractor. No, see?
No,
see, it's hard, yeah.
It's a stand-up model.
Yeah.
Yes, lovely.
115 kilometres from Warburton we come to Bulgagutta. Bulgagutta is the turn-off to Mundamurru. The Bulgagutta-Mundamurru Road goes on to Babalankaja and Iranju communities. Iranju community is close to Surveyor General's Corner. Surveyor General's Corner is well known to four-wheel drive travellers as the place that marks the joining of South Australia, Western Australia and the Northern Territory. Doolan Rock Hole is 140 kilometres from Warburton.
That structure
Daryl's
is to stop the camels falling in?
Yes.
That's all?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, if they die in the water's no good, isn't
Yeah.
it? It's all polluted.
The camels goes in, they can't drink that.
No.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our travellers and Neil are deep in conversation, so we won't interrupt them.
That's a camel bone?
Yes.
Yeah.
Camel what?
Camel bone. Backbone. You drink this too, Neil?
Yeah,
Drink this one?
that's big piece.
Yeah. Yeah.
How deep? Oh, okay.
This looks strange, these holes.
Yeah.
And it's natural, isn't it?
Yeah, very nice.
Must be very old. In fact, this looks like lava, like a volcano.
Yeah.
Do you eat frogs?
Hmm? No.
No?
No, they don't look.
Alright.
Only top end mob.
Yeah, lucky frogs, eh?
Like Horse Creek area,
Yeah.
Mulgoo, they had big frogs.
And they eat them there?
Yeah.
Yeah. What sort of water do you have at Warburton? Is it bore water at Warburton?
Yeah, bore.
You got a lot of these rock holes all over the place?
Yeah, all over the place, yeah.
Lots of them?
Yeah.
Yeah. But they'd all dry up at the same time?
Yeah,
wouldn't
they gotta dry up at the same time, yeah.
And then what do you do?
Huh?
When there's no water, what do you do then? Not now, but in the old days.
All the days they just keep on traveling to another big rock hole to rock hole.
Just bigger ones?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never seen budgies wild before.
And you've never seen them fly like that. I mean, they're just... Oh, they're gorgeous. They're free.
Yeah.
Our next stop is a hand pump on a bore opposite the Wannon Turnoff. The Wannon Turnoff is approximately 160 kilometres from Warburton.
Have a drink, Jen. Try it.
Can I bring the water bottle over?
Very nice.
It's now time for people travelling with us to talk about themselves.
We've come out here just to have a look, and we've come across the Great Central Highway and find it absolutely magnificent.
Yeah, it's been wonderful. The beautiful green colours, I can't get over. All the different greens and the red sands, and it's just lovely. Yeah, really good.
And for all you birdies who want to come across here, there's a fabulous array of birds that I've seen just in the short trip that I've had, from cockatoos to budgies, numerous amount of birds of prey. There's finches, you got your spinifex birds, your grass birds, you've
honey eaters.
Oh yeah, a lot of honey eaters, Richard Pitters, so it's an experience. And they also tell me here too, my friend standing next to me here tells me that he has seen the night parrot out here. And there are people out here who are looking for the night parrot, so it is out here if you're lucky enough to find it. Kimberley trip and down through here is the best trip we've done.
We've made a journey from Byron Bay round the southern part of Australia. We got as far as Broome in the northern part of Western Australia, left our rig, which is a camping trailer and four-wheel drive, there for about 8 months, went overseas and then came back to continue the journey. We went through the Kimberleys and around the Kimberleys by boat, and down through the Pilbara until we found ourselves about stuck in the middle of Western Australia, which is a lovely place to be, along this terrific road, the Great Central Road that goes right across Australia. It was a wonderful experience, and we're thoroughly enjoying this particular road. And luckily we met Neil back at Warburton, one of the local guys, who's showing us these waterholes which are home to dozens of birds, and for the first time ever we saw wild budgerigars.
It's always helpful to have good quality tools. One of those tools is a kangaroo jack.
Oh look, but no, that's really dangerous.
There's any jackets, they've got their own.
180 kilometres from Warburton, on the eastern side, is a turn off to the Blackstone community. This is a private road. We've now travelled 220 kilometres from Warburton, and we're approaching the Warrakoona Roadhouse. Warrakoona Roadhouse is a busy spot. It has a camping ground, fuel, and all the other things that you're going to need to make your trip comfortable. While you're at Warrakoona Roadhouse, it is good to be aware that the Giles Weather Station is situated at the base of the Rawlinson Ranges, a kilometre away.
There's a magnificent view from the office here. We've got a 270-degree panorama of the Rawlinson Ranges and looking out over the Great Victoria Desert. This is the new radar here, and which replaced 15 years ago replaced the old radar, but is now more or less as a tourist attraction. Next to the office we have the balloon shed, the electrolyser room where we generate our hydrogen gas, and the storeroom. Further on we have our instrument enclosure where our instruments are for gathering data on temperature and pressure, and evaporation, sunshine, and we also take soil thermometer readings and rainfall when it occurs. Giles is one of 48 upper wind stations around Australia and its external territories, and we fit into a very large hole in our network if Giles wasn't here. It's at least 750 kilometres to the nearest weather station, so keeping Giles running is very important. Here is the polystyrene metal target that the radar tracks, and that's lifted up by a balloon like this. It's pumped with hydrogen gas with about enough lift of about 1,000 grams, or just over 1,000 grams. That balloon goes up at about 300 metres per minute, or 1,000 feet per minute. And here is a radio sonde. This is similar to the one we use. This is one that's been used and rejected, and this one will unwind below the balloon for about 50 metres. We strap on a water activated battery. There's a temperature sensor, a humidity sensor, and a pressure sensor, and there's the aerial. We strap this water activated battery on underneath, and all going well, we check it before we let it go, and then all going well we get the information we desire.
In Warrakoona, it's also possible to organise interesting trips with local people. We're being taken by Ian Ward to a beautiful place called Glencummin. Ian is talking about the place and giving an important message for people who travel across his country.
Kurangana, Yuindarana, Warrakoona Naradangala, Ora, Kapi, Pokule Wararangadiga, Pulibandungana. Kapi dito nga rin pa yung ana. Mura na iwin dala na yan. Pruya pidala tura su nakula. Mura nakula ya mukurin kula. Urbang kada naangka. Naangkal kala dito mula pa desert bang kanya na po nang pa. Kapi ya pini nga ala. Mura pini wana to. Kanya wararang ka. Puli ka ilwa na mangarang ko dito kapi to kating. Pila ko to. Kaya pukul to jika nga mapita pa eh. Chokola kaya para bisa pe, pangko pili ko mabisa pe. Kalau kadang kaya para ngape, mari bisa pe, kapi ko tu penting kaya umawa inel pe. Mabisa me awanan ko dikira, Warburton ko mapita ba tina. Kapi jana ba da mongo jaba ngala. Kapi pulka nyangala. Wala rangka puli yutung kaya ngare awana ni bini kapi. Ka ngurang aja. Wal balalo na ba. Tourists here, and I would like to see a lot of tourists coming and, you know, just to have, look at the land and respect people that the land really serves the country, serves the people of the land. It's like it's part of you, this land and this landscape, this rock formations, waterholes, trees you see around you, foods that we eat. Everything that you see around it, it's all part of a people. It's a nature of people. People look after the land look after them. Land always have water. Water always serves people. And the land is always humble to the tourists to see. There are flowers blooming, there are birds flying, there are water. There are places where you wouldn't see those kind of places in your lifetime. You only see it once. It only comes up once. There are places where tourists need to go is to understand about going out, and if they are going through, always ask what they want to, where they want to go, and people wouldn't be hesitate to answer those questions. They'll be happy to give you those answers if you ask. They'll show you where it is. They'll show you how to go, where to go about.
After Warrakoona, the landscape is changing. We are starting to see the Rawlinson and Peterman ranges and heavily timbered plains. 25 kilometres after Warrakoona, we have one more turn-off. The turn-off is the Giles Mulga Park Road that goes on down into Irrinju Community. Irrinju Community is closely situated next to Surveyor General's Corner. It is important to remember that if you wish to go to Surveyor General's Corner, you need to make a prior arrangement with the community. This is the point that we're leaving our friends. Elvis is giving them some final suggestions about things to see and do along the road as they head out through the Petermans and towards Yalara.
Nice to meet you, Neil. Hope you have a real good time back there. Safe trip. Thank you. Get a few emus, eh?
Yeah. I'll do that.
Well, thanks for showing us your special places. Those birds blew me away, you know. That was yeah, just lovely to see it. They were pretty keen when we walked away, weren't they? A bit of drink.
"75 kilometres from Warrakoona, we come to a turn-off going north. This is the old Sandy Blight Road that was established as part of the Weapons Research Program. It was built by Len Bedell and the Gun Barrel Construction Crew. We are now coming to the border of the Northern Territory in Western Australia. As we come to the Northern Territory border, we also come to the boundary of the Shire of Gunnerjarraku. That is the end of the Great Central Road. This is the end of our story.